Right, back to Tottenham now. After calling the Tottenham squad depth disgraceful, should Cristian Romero remain as Spurs captain? ThomasFrank has refuted suggestions Romero is leading a player revolt at the club, and he was asked whether Romero will be at Tottenham next season. Here's what he said.
That's a question I have no idea about. Right now, he is the captain, and it's a long-term contract, and we signed a new contract with him in the summer.
Is he still the captain, Romero?
What do you think? The answer is yes. Leadership is many things. Leadership is, I'm 52 years old. I think I'm pretty good at leadership. Can I get better every single day? Yes. Do I make mistakes? Maybe not every single day, but probably weekly. Romero is 27 years old. He will still make mistakes going forward as a leader. Does he do a lot of good things? Yes. I think sometimes someone do more than one mistake, and we've dealt with it internally.
Right, we touched on this a little bit earlier, Jay, about Cristian Romero, with ThomasFrank saying he's not 100% sure if he will be here next season, Romero that is. But he is captain right now, and a lot of Tottenham fans we've had on are saying that they don't think he's a suitable captain because of his public outburst on social media. What do you think about that? And if they do want to change him as captain, surely they can't do it mid-season?
Why not? Why can't they do it mid-season? If he's been disruptive...
If they take the captaincy off him, can they pick him?
Yeah, you can definitely do that. I mean, if you listen, at the end of the day, he's been disruptive, and he's in my opinion, which is kind of disrespectful thing, saying the squad depth is disrespectful. In my eyes, the way that translates in my head is he thinks the players are not good after the starting 11, right? So, to me, that's disrespectful. I mean, what other candidates would you say there are? I mean, Kulusevski is injured at the moment, but when he's back, yes. Van der Ven, I would say, he's definitely a candidate. But Romero should know better. He's 27 years old. He cannot come out and say things like this, because ultimately the players are going to read that. His teammates are going to read that and think, you know, what an idiot for saying something like that. At the end of the day, there needs to be, you know, cohesion in the squad. You know, everyone, you know, pulling in the right direction. Especially now for Tottenham. They don't need these kind of outbursts. João
Palhinha is a leader, but he's only on loan. But they have brought in Conor Gallagher. What did you think of their January transfer window? Because a lot of the Tottenham fans were hoping for more. I mean, I really like Conor Gallagher. I think that was a good signing. He brings energy to the team. He's box to box. He can score goals as well. So I thought that was a good signing, but they just need more. And when I say more, I mean like more attacking options. I don't think the attacking options has been great this year when you really look at them. You know, I mean, listen, you're not going to replace Kane. You're probably not going to replace Son either. But there are other players out there. When you look... Maddison injured, Kulusevski and certainly hasn't helped.
I mean, Kulusevski was massively a massive blow. He's been out for a while now. Obviously, Maddison as well. But then when, you know, like when I look at teams like Brighton, for example, like with Minte, like they need someone like that. Someone that's a ball carrier. I mean, they signed Kudus, yes, again, very good player. But he's injured. So I feel like what they really need is a striker that's going to score the 15 Premier League goals and the 20 Premier League goals. Solanke, he's been injured. He's come back in and he's very good now, so maybe he can be that guy. Defensively, I think the defence, when everyone's fit, they're really good. They've got cover, they've got Spence, he can play right back and left back, and Doggy, you know, they've got Van der Ven, Romero, Pedro Porro. They've got good defenders, but I think that it's just the attacking options. They look a bit blunt in them attacking positions. They don't have enough shots, they don't create enough chances, they haven't got enough magic there. I mean, Xavi's playing really well now, which is really good to see. He played fantastically well the other day. He's probably the shining light now when he goes forward. You know, people get off their seat, they want to see what he's going to do. But I think around the attacking areas, they need to improve that for sure.
Wayne, on the bottom of the screen there, sent a message saying that Romero needs some sort of disciplinary action for his kind of outbursts on social media. What do you think about players?
Well, I mean, what's disciplinary action? What are you going to do? Fine him? You can't. You know, if you fine him, if you fine him, then that's going to be a big problem.
Okay, well, what do you think the club should do?
I think they should have a word with him. If it carries on, then take the armband off him, because he needs to lead by example. That's what captaincy is all about. You know, some people, you know, they're quiet, but they lead by example. Others, you know, like Roy Keane, for example, he'll keep a lot of things in check. I mean, Roy was Roy, so it was a different game back then as well. It was a very physical game. But at the end of the day, he can't be coming out, you know, speaking in derogatory manner about the club and about his teammates.
So, I mean, in terms of players voicing their displeasure on social media, it's been going on for a few years now. What do you think of it? Are you all for it? Are you against it?
It depends on the circumstances. Like if a manager comes out and publicly says something, you know, like Ten Hag came out one time against Sancho and said something, I think the player's got every right to respond publicly, because ultimately, if you want to keep things behind closed doors, you could take him into your office and speak to him. When you go public, I think the player's got the right to be public as well. But if a player's coming out just off his own back and starts being derogatory about the club, then that's not on either.
Yeah, because the first option there, everyone's allowed a right to reply. If somebody says something bad against you, you are allowed to kind of allowed to counter that. But that doesn't seem to be what's happened with Romero in this situation.
And on that as well, Tom, you know, like sometimes players are in a position where they can't win, right? So like if a player comes out and just says what they think because they're not playing or whatnot, or because something's happened in the training ground, even if it did happen in the training ground, you can't come out and voice, you know, your dirty laundry. You have to just keep it stum. But when the manager comes out and then you respond to it, it's different. Obviously, in this situation here with Romero, he's come out, it's an outburst. He shouldn't be doing that. He is not helping his team, you know, get out the tricky, you know, situation they're in at the moment.
In terms of that, just quickly before we move on, we're going to be hearing from a Tottenham fan on this after 11 o'clock, by the way. But this time last week, we were talking about their fixtures, weren't we? We said Man City at home, which they got a point against, in fairness, having been 2-0 down. It's Manchester United away tomorrow lunchtime, and then it's Newcastle at home, and Newcastle got a good record against Tottenham. That's Tuesday night, and then next Sunday, of course, is the North London derby. The fixture list is still as hard as it looked last week, but they have got a point under the belt.
Yeah, they have got a point under the belt. I did say I think this could be make or break for ThomasFrank, these next 4 games, but obviously before the City game, because if he goes and loses all them games, then I think he'll be gone. But obviously there was positive signs against City. Now they need to go and do it again against Man United. I think the game they need to look at to win is definitely the Newcastle game, because they won't be beating Arsenal. No, I mean, it's a tough game. This time I do know what you're laughing at. It's a tough game. It's a derby, you know, so it's whoever turns up on the day. But it is a tough run of games. Tottenham are not, you know, firing on all cylinders. And like I said, if they end up with 1 point from these 4 games, even that, it's just not good enough.